Have you ever stared at the back of a dollar bill and wondered what that mysterious pyramid with the floating eye actually means? Most people just glance past it without thinking twice. But hidden in that simple symbol is a web of mystery, ancient knowledge, and conspiracy theories that stretch across centuries and continents. From secret societies to spiritual awakenings, the eye in the pyramid has sparked countless theories, and today, we're diving into all of them. Because what if that symbol isn't just decoration? What if it's trying to tell us something? Get ready. This is going to change how you see money, power, and maybe even reality itself. The origins of the pyramid and the eye. Let's start where most don't: the history. The symbol of the pyramid and the eye didn't originate with the United States. The pyramid itself has roots in ancient Egypt, a civilization obsessed with death, the afterlife, and divine knowledge. Pyramids weren't just tombs. They were spiritual beacons meant to guide the soul to higher realms. The eye, often called the Eye of Providence, also has ancient roots. In Egyptian mythology, the Eye of Horus represented protection, health, and restoration. It wasn't until centuries later that the eye became associated with divine oversight and all-seeing presence watching humanity. So how did these two ancient symbols end up on American money? The Founding Fathers and the symbol. In 1776, a committee was assigned to design the Great Seal of the United States. Among them were Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams. Though the version we know today wasn't their original design, the pyramid and the eye eventually made the final cut. The unfinished pyramid represents strength and duration. The 13 steps symbolize the original 13 colonies. And above it, the all-seeing eye in a triangle, surrounded by rays of light, meant to symbolize divine guidance. And let's not forget the Latin phrases, annuit coeptis, which translates to he approves our undertakings, and novus ordo seclorum, new order of the ages. But here's where things get strange. Masonic connections and secret societies. Many believe the eye in the pyramid is tied to the Freemasons. And it's not hard to see why. Several founding fathers were Freemasons, including George Washington. Masonic lodges have long used symbols like the eye and pyramid, often to represent enlightenment, spiritual vision, and hidden knowledge. However, the official Freemason organization denies any direct link between their symbols and the Great Seal. Still, conspiracy theorists argue that the resemblance is too strong to ignore. They believe the symbol is a declaration that America was founded on secret esoteric principles. And that brings us to the Illuminati. The Illuminati and the New World Order. If you've spent any time online, you've heard the theory. The eye in the pyramid is a signal from the Illuminati, a secret elite group that controls world events, governments, and economies. According to this theory, the pyramid represents their hierarchy. The wide base is the unaware public, while the all-seeing eye is the ruling elite at the top watching, guiding, manipulating. Novus Ordo Seclorum, new order of the ages, is seen by some not as a hopeful vision for the future, but as a clue to a hidden agenda, the creation of a global government. Of course, there's no definitive proof of this. But symbols have power, and even if unintended, they can shape beliefs and perceptions. And in a world where misinformation spreads like wildfire, the eye becomes more than just a symbol. It becomes a magnet for mystery. Spiritual interpretations of the eye. Let's shift gears. Beyond the conspiracy, there's a spiritual dimension to the eye in the pyramid. In many traditions, a single eye symbolizes inner sight, the third eye or spiritual vision. It's said to be the gateway to intuition, divine wisdom, and higher consciousness. The triangle around the eye often represents balance, mind, body, and spirit, or past, present, and future. Some spiritual teachers believe the symbol is a call to awaken, to see beyond illusion, to rise above the material world. In this view, the pyramid isn't just a building, it's a path, a journey upward from ignorance to enlightenment. The unfinished top, a reminder that we're all still evolving. Hidden symbolism in pop culture. Ever noticed how often the eye in the pyramid shows up in movies, music videos, and logos? From blockbusters like National Treasure to album covers and corporate branding, the symbol appears again and again. Sometimes hidden, sometimes blatant. Some say it's just good design. Others believe it's intentional, either to hint at secret knowledge or to desensitize the public to the symbol's power. Whether it's in Jay-Z's music videos, the backdrops of sci-fi films, or the logos of major institutions, the eye persists. And with it, the question, why? Psychological impact and the power of suggestion symbols can bypass logic. They hit us on an emotional level. A triangle with an eye feels like a warning, a message, a presence. Psychologists suggest that repetition of a symbol, especially in authoritative or glamorous contexts, builds familiarity and emotional resonance. Over time, the eye becomes more than a drawing. It becomes a feeling, a sense that we're being watched, judged, or guided. This might explain why so many people feel something off when they look at it, even if they can't explain why. Alternate theories and forgotten meanings. Not all theories are sinister. Some researchers propose that the eye and pyramid were meant as positive symbols, guides toward enlightenment and unity. In alchemical texts, the triangle often represents fire, the element of transformation. The eye, consciousness. So the symbol could be seen as a call to burn away illusion and see truth. Others argue that the eye is a reminder that the universe is intelligent, that life has meaning, that we are not alone. Still, others point to numerology, the number 13, the angles of the triangle, the layout, all hinting at mathematical harmony and sacred geometry. What does it really mean? So what does the eye in the pyramid really mean? It depends who you ask. To some, it's a sign of divine protection. To others, a warning of control. To a few, it's a beacon of awakening. But maybe that's the point. Maybe its power lies in its ambiguity. Like a mirror, it reflects back your own beliefs, fears, and hopes. In the end, the eye in the pyramid might not be a code to break, but a question to ask yourself, what are you not seeing? And maybe, what are they hiding? Look again, not just at the dollar bill, but at the world around you. Because once you truly see, you can't unsee.